got something to say about both of these games, my man. But I'm going to start here with one that I put everything on. And I said, there's no way this team loses. And that is the Michigan Wolverines. It might have been a scary one. They get the win 27-20 against Alabama. They cover the spread. It goes to overtime. Look, man, I thought Michigan came out. They completely outplayed them in the first half. Yes, Alabama had their moments, but I was like, wow, this is the exact Michigan team I was expecting. The problem was they weren't finishing things. I was like, guys, punch the ball into the end zone, kick the football, make the stop. I did not like that Alabama drove down really early there and punched that early touchdown in. You and I talked about 9.3 points a game. You can't give up 7 points in the first 10 minutes. That just can't happen. But they hang on. It was a very bad third quarter for Michigan. They put up 0, but they held Bama to 0, which was good. Then Alabama outscored them 10-7 there in the fourth quarter. And of course, we talked about him. We wrote about him. Blake Corum, running back from Michigan. What a dog. Puts the team on his back in overtime. Makes it look way too damn easy. Goes up there and punches it in. I got to be honest. If I was Alabama, if I would have scored a touchdown at the end, I would have gone for 2 because Michigan began to roll in overtime. And if they would have gone shot for shot 2 or 3 more times, I can tell you right now, they weren't stopping that Michigan Wolverines team. And we said that the entire way. Another thing is Jalen Milroe. I don't want to talk bad about a guy when he's down, but I still do not think that that kid is on this level that a lot of people put him on. Now, I don't know if you've watched that final playback, but oh my God. I sat there and I watched that play back about 15 times because I wanted to see the play call. Obviously, there was a timeout. They had to make a third play call, so maybe they didn't get what they wanted. I heard Nick Saban say on that first play when they called their timeout, we had the play. It was ready, and we had a great matchup, and they saw it, and they made a good call there. But if you go back and watch that final play, 4th and goal, Jalen Milroe, overtime, it was there. His lineman on his right side of his line gets blocked into him because he's an animal, gets blocked into him. Jalen Milroe, all he has to do is go up this little hug the left side, dude. He was walking into the end zone. I mean, walking in, like terrifying if you're a Michigan bettor. Walking into the end zone, and bang, dude. Jalen Milroe trips over his own lineman, falls down, game. Everyone's like, oh, they got stuffed. They didn't get stuffed. Go watch the play. His own guy took him down. So that's the one thing I'm going to say about Michigan here. I'm happy that they won. Everything they did was good. However, J.J. McCarthy, I think you're a good quarterback, dog, but you need to pick it up against Michael Penix Jr. because that dude is throwing darts right now. And the Washington defense, now they did it against Oregon. Now they did it against Texas. They are all of a sudden good on defense now. We talked about this. I don't think Michigan offensively is going to go shot for shot with Washington. And on the flip side, I love Michigan, but they give up 20 points to Alabama. I think they're giving up at least 20 points, if not 24, 27, 31 to Washington here. So J.J. McCarthy and them got to pick it up. That's my long rant. All I can tell you is Michigan money line, love it. Washington plus 4.5. We're looking at the spread right now, though. You got the Washington Huskies coming in again, 4.5-point underdogs. Anthony, in my opinion, it's still too disrespectful. I already got a bet in on this one. How you feeling about that 4.5-point line?
I'm feeling pretty good about it. This game's going to come down to which coach is going to bow down to the other style, because these are two of the most polar opposite teams you could possibly think of. You have Harbaugh, who is an old school smash mouth football coach who, you know, as much as, McCarthy has to do better, like I'm going to 100% agree with you there. He's not going to get the opportunity because in Harbaugh's mind, he sees throwing the football as a sign of weakness, and he has had that mentality his entire coaching career.
True.
I just don't see they're going to be able to keep up just through Blake Corum on the ground because Michael Penix Jr. in this offense can get down the field in 1-2 plays. They're that kind of explosive offense. I mean, we see Penix go for well over 400 last week, yesterday. Look, I don't think he's going to be throwing for 430 against this defense, but we have seen Texas was a very good defense. They had probably the best defense I think that they've played coming into this game. They did no signs of slowing down. So I don't have any kind of concern with them going against the number one defense. Maybe it's the one thing I am a little concerned about is to see the pressure up front, to see how Penix does, because I don't think he's going to be, a lot of pocket passing. He's going to have to get outside the pocket, use his feet, but he's one of the most accurate passers in all of college football, especially in the middle to deep route category. It's going to be a freaking great game. And don't be surprised after we've been telling you that Washington's going to take the Natty home when they're standing there with the trophy at the end of Monday night.
Look, man, Michael Penix Jr., 29 for 38. Like you said, 430, 2 touchdowns, no picks, ran 3 times for 31 yards. I agree with you. He's going to have to move more. But, dude, the way he was throwing the ball on a dime yesterday on the move or in the pocket, dude, I'm sorry. Right now, Washington is a problem. They smacked up Bo Nix in Oregon. Now they smacked up the Texas Longhorn and Quinn Ewers. Let's be real here. In my honest opinion, the Washington game should not have been close. They let them come back in the back door. There was no business there. There's a penalty. There was a stopped clock. There was all these bad things that happened. There's that one big play there, 40-yard play with 29 seconds left. Dude, first of all, the whole world thought, oh my God, they're going to lose. This is it. They're going to lose, right? They blew it. Here it is. And you know what? They held on, so good for them. Everyone dogged their defense beforehand other than us and said, that defense can't stop nobody. Guess what? They had their backs against the wall in the final minute, and that defense stepped up. That just makes this team that much more scary. I love the matchup between Michigan and Washington. I can't wait for it. Going to be a great college football final there in a week. But hey, we got to move on here, man. Obviously, guys, we're going to talk some more about this and bets on this game tomorrow on Pick and Winners, so make sure you tune into that show there.